Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio, the podcast for all things Mecha. Jumpship incoming.
Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio. This is episode 86 of our little show about mechs. My name's Rob.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Chopper.
86. We're 86 in it. And it's a little show we do talking about mechs and mech-related stuff. And
just a little show we do.
And MechBay accessories.
And if you're interested in discussing things, you can go on our Facebook page, or you can go underneath here on YouTube. And we love discussing. We love comments. We love likes, shares, and subscribes.
Listen to that call to action.
Call to
So
action.
professional.
I'm just filling time. Anybody else have anything to say at the beginning here?
No.
Anything
We don't
more
have
exciting?
anything to say.
Anything exciting happening in life?
We'll have more exciting to talk about next week or next month when I'll have my Gen Con.
Yeah, I wish I could go, but your Gen Con haul will be epic. As this comes out, you will be at Gen Con, I believe. I think you're...
Yeah, it starts the 31st, so I'll be at Gen Con.
So if you're at Gen Con, find Pat. He'll be the one walking around.
Yeah, I won't actually be in a booth this time.
Yep, so it'd be hard to find him. Good
That
luck.
being said, you can go by the Mantic booth and just tell people to come around, ask around, because there might be a chance I might be at the Mantic booth. Just swing by.
Because you can't stay away.
Good people there.
Well, I'm going to use it where I keep my bags of stuff.
Because Pat always has bags of stuff.
Yeah, Pat just can't quit. That's what it is. It's just they keep pulling him back.
Calling me back. Well, no, I'm literally going to use it to keep my bags.
But if you want to steal Pat's
Also,
stuff,
the friendships, the friends we made along the way, kind of thing.
you'd be like, screw that, friendships. But if you want to steal Pat's stuff, it'll be at the Mantic booth. I guess that was the Jumpship. We're going to go to a Dropship. I guess that sounds like a plan.
Dropship landing.
Welcome to the Dropship. This is where we discuss what we're working on, and we have a sponsor. This Dropship is brought to you by John Bear Ross. He's back doing his Patreon, and now for being a patron, you get a monthly 50% discount on My Manufactory, Cults 3D, CG Trader, and it's only $1.99 a month. So if you're buying lots of models from him, it's a no-brainer. If you just go to My Manufactory, it's my favorite place to go, and just search his name, and you'll find all his stuff.
Yeah, he's got some good robots.
Lots of good robots, and we thank him for being a loyal sponsor and friend of the show for a very long time. His current thing he's working on is something he calls the Dark Quixote, and it's a I guess I don't know 40K very much, but there's bad people in 40K, I guess. And
is it chaos? Is it a chaos equivalent?
I assume it's a chaos knight of some sort. The funny thing is that little drill arm he has here. He has it that you can actually just turn it because it's in a hole, so you can actually turn the drill arm, so you can do some action features with it.
That's
but
cool.
Like everything with this stuff, you can see the scale of it. It's huge, and obviously it's 3D printable, so you can change the scale if you really wanted to. But always great products from John Bear Ross, so check it out. He's got a bunch of other stuff too. He's got like claw sets and other accoutrements if you want to add it to your existing models. Check out his stuff. What we're working on? Anybody working on anything? We'll start with Pat. Pat, you working on something?
Yeah, so continuing with the painting.
Good.
I started working on some more Titans for Epic. Let's see. I'm working on your Epic army, so I started painting the Reaver up now that I got most of the bulk troops out and the grav tanks. You got a lot of grav tanks, let me tell you.
As you should, because they're cool. I think that's the very first 40K model I ever bought was a grav tank. Because it was at that Bits Trader at Adepticon, and it was like $5 or something. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll buy that.
So worked on those models. I've been painting up the Megatron, those Hasbro ones that we got a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, they ended that line. They never made many more of those. They didn't make very many.
Because we only picked up the 4, right?
Yeah, I don't think there was much
Prime,
after that.
The Bumblebee, and what was the other one? Starscream and Megatron?
Definitely Megatron.
Starscream and Hutch.
Starscream and Hutch, yeah. But regardless, I'm working on the Megatron, painting that one up slowly but surely. Any other robot-y things I've been working on? So I haven't been able to get out of the basement yet, because my foot's still in repair. So I haven't been able to work on the Neo Jean, which I've been wanting to do.
The ongoing project that never ends.
Well, I'll be honest, I've got a little fire lit underneath now because I've been watching that Rogue Hobbies gal. Now she's in the Gunpla, and she won like the perfect grade version of the Gundam that the Neo Jean is. It's the big giant Gundam, and so she's streaming billing that. And now I'm in a competition with myself to get that done before she finishes hers.
But she's not
That
painting.
being said,
Is she painting hers?
I don't think she's painting. But I think she's going to line it. But it's the good Gundam with the LEDs and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, crazy.
So it's gonna be crazy. If you haven't seen her, Rogue Hobbies, I think it's called, is her channel on YouTube. Check it out. We'll give her a small shout out.
No.
Yeah.
But you can watch it. If you haven't seen that model is impressive. I got as far as her just building the skeleton part. The skeleton itself is nuts.
It's all, isn't it metal?
Oh yeah.
There are some metal pieces. It comes with LEDs. They call it. I was reading the book as she was flipping through it, and it says 5-phase build. It's a 5-phase build model. I don't know what that means.
Probably that many different layers.
It's
Probably.
got 5 phases to build. So hoping next week after Gen Con, I'll be able to actively use stairs without fear of injuring my foot anymore.
Gen Con will be a test for you, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, the good news is I don't have to stand.
Yeah.
And I can just sit wherever I want.
If you can find seats.
Yeah, and I don't have to be up walking all the time. I won't, because I have the dealer pass, I'll be able to get all my shopping done before the doors open for the most part.
Nice.
So I don't have to spend a lot of time in there. Unless I'm going there to just demo games, then I'll pick the ones where I can sit down.
Yeah, there's some games there that you're excited about. Supposedly that Gundam game's gonna be there, right?
Yeah, it is going to be there. They're going to have a bunch of paint and cakes, so all day. So I'm looking forward to get to that after the dealer hall opens. So once the dealer hall opens, I'm going to migrate from there, because I'll be there before the hall opens. The dealer hall opens, do my shopping.
Just
when that opens,
stand next to
out.
it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to migrate out, because it's in the event area. It's usually where Mantic holds their events. Close by in Hall B.
So you'll be able to get there before the crowd. Is it first come, first serve? No ticket needed?
I don't think that it didn't look like it was ticketed events. It was just open. If not, I'll just pick up some generic tickets.
Yeah. I'm curious how much at Gen Con, how much that would be popular. Like at Adepticon, it'd probably be a lot more popular, but I'm curious at Gen Con it's just so much at Gen Con. Gen Con's a lot more role-playing games and board games than miniature games, so.
True,
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious what the popularity would be, and just people knowing about it. I wonder how many in the general people would know about it. So I'd like to hear back, report back on the crowds.
Yes,
you got it.
Our roving reporter on the scene.
What else have I been working on? I think that's it as far as for mechs are concerned. It's just Epic Warlords and Titans. Because I finished the. Oh Christ! What's the name of the game? The Andy Chambers mech game that we played and we got the free model from.
Xeogenesis.
Xeogenesis. I finished that model up last week.
I thought it was the Endless. What's the other one? The Endless.
Endless and Destiny or something like that.
Yeah, I always forget that one.
Yeah, so that is also being worked on at the same time. I'm trying to figure out a color scheme for it. So right now I'm just kind of plotting through colors.
Yeah, trying to find something you haven't already done.
Yeah, because I do a lot of red. I've noticed, and I need to stop doing a lot of red robots.
I think you should do camouflage.
Well, it's Char's fault. Oh,
They're 3
Everything's
times
red.
faster.
Yeah, you're an orc player. That's a problem.
That's true. I was never a big fan of the red go faster, but when it first came out, it was funny. But then after a while, I got tired of it.
Well, it's become like one of those overplayed memes.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else? No, I can't think of anything.
How about you, Brian? You got anything going on?
Well, I will say, like, I kind of took it upon myself with my new printer really working well. I decided to like start printing off like more figurines and stuff. So like I tracked down some STLs for like Mega Man and Proto Man.
Oh, that's cool.
Mega Man Bullnut. I printed off.
Did you say Mega Man Bullnuts?
Bullnuts from the Mega Man Legends.
Like, what has happened with that Mega Man franchise?
Bull nuts. They're Japanese. I wouldn't be surprised.
With a V, like Volt.
Please, plausible to me than Bullnuts. What is it? Ford? Did Ford take over Mega Man?
No. This is PlayStation 1 era. It was his first 3D outing. But like with that, like I printed the XGP from Outlaw Star, the main spaceship. So it's just like on a printing craze because it was working so well, and I went.
That's what got me into trouble.
Yeah, printed off a bunch of those the SD, the Chibi Tech.
Oh, that's cool. Little heads.
Parts, that was always like the daunting thing for me is like looking at that. I love the designs of these things, but I was always like, man, I gotta print off each part separately with my old printer. But now I like can throw a whole set.
Oh, nice.
Out of my printer, have it auto tree supports onto it and everything like that.
Cool.
So just prints off nice and smooth in just a couple hours and. Yeah, so it's mostly been printing projects. I did prime a whole bunch of stuff. Of many of those the figurines I mentioned, because I have weird ambitions on like painting them at some point.
Yeah, you're in between projects right now, so you have time.
I'm kind of in between projects.
Well, when's Michigan GT's coming up though, isn't it?
Yeah, Michigan GT is coming up the first weekend of October.
And in October though.
Yeah, but
are you running any of the tournaments?
Yeah, I'll be running both Firefight, Dead Zone, and Dreadball.
Dreadball's back.
I realized I said both, but then I mentioned 3 games. But yeah, so Mantic had an announcement that they have this new project called Dreadball All Stars coming out. And I know a handful of Canadians who really like Dreadball, and we're going to be interested if we ran a tournament for that. So I'm planning to...
Is Jeff coming in?
Oh, he will.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Got to message him to make sure he's aware. But yeah, they're planning to run just a nice kind of easy starter style tournament. Planning to have a couple of teams available for people to pick up and play.
That's the beauty of Dreadball is you can just pick it up and play. Like I played your tournament the one year and I played maybe 5 games and I didn't win anything, but I still had a good time and I was still competitive.
Was that the tournament I was the ringer? And
yeah, I think so.
Came in first, not by choice, but because I killed everybody.
Yeah. So we're running that event. There's going to be Halo, Flashpoint there, a whole bunch of Mantic games. Getting played, so I'm printing off a whole bunch of terrain, probably in support of that as well. As much as like the Halo Flashpoint tournament scene it's one of those things where so far what I've seen has been really like kind of strict as far as like table setup and stuff. Like there's very like set layouts. So granted, it's the Michigan GT. We kind of do what we want.
Well, hopefully by then they'll have all the other brutes and all that other stuff.
This is new management, though.
True.
So maybe they're a little stricter with the table things, huh?
Possibly. It might also just be like what we have available. I just know like the tournament packets that came out of the UK had like presets. It's all about like making sure the maps are balanced and whatnot for tournament play. But we've always made the case that unique and fun and diverse game mats are what make tournaments more fun. I would argue, like balanced, still obviously a key factor there, but like when you go to an event, like I want to have an event table set up, something that you don't see in your day-to-day games. So that's kind of where my mind's at. So I'm printing off a bunch of Halo terrain.
For that Halo Flashpoint though, I guarantee those rules were made when there was only the Spartans, and you had to have it even because otherwise the games wouldn't end. Because it was they're so too even. But now that you got a lot of options, you got the brutes and you got the other elites and stuff. Hopefully that'll be all available so that you'll have more list building. And once you have list building, everything's out the window. So it'll be you don't have to worry about balancing once list building's there. It's just at the time you have like 4 options. That's not enough options to make a tournament, I don't think. So
and I think kind of pushing like the official like terrain sets and everything that too, was a big part. So it was like gonna represent the official terrain at the official event and stuff. And I'm like, that makes sense for Adepticon. But and maybe even Gen Con, but the Michigan GT we play by our own rules.
Yeah, by our own rules.
So come on down to Michigan if in October if you want to get some fun games in.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, I need to start painting up those drug ball teams.
See, that's why I mentioned it, because you thought you had all this time to paint some Mega Man stuff, but you have GT things to do.
I've got so much stuff that I keep forgetting about.
Anything else that you got?
No, that's the big thing. I think in part because my printer can run while I'm doing other things. That's why I'm like, I'll just start printing stuff, and now it's just like
always be printing. That was my theory.
Starting to collect.
Yep. Now I have a room full of gray plastic.
Probably doesn't help that Rick still has a lot of my terrain from Adepticon yet. So.
Oh, you got to bring it back. For myself.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah, my buddy Jack bought me since I'm at home right now, invalid. He bought me a Gundam kit to build. It is Barbatos Lupus Rex from Iron Blooded Orphans. He looks pretty cute. He looks
That's
neat.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's different than.
Did you bring it to you, or did it show up on your doorstep?
He brought it to me. He hand delivers things, unlike some people. But yeah, it'll be fun to build. It's different than a lot of other Gundams I have, which is nice because I have a lot of ones with scythes and wings. So this guy's cooler. So I can't wait to start him. So it'll be fun to start and build him. And other than that, some strange person sent me a F1 car, Lego car to build. So I've been building that, and it's very slow going because it's 311 pages long of instructions, and it's going to drive me insane by the end. All little teeny pieces. I haven't touched a Lego piece yet. It's all been just like teeny little pieces going together. I think I'm building the struts and the front wheels, but I'm not sure. But
Legos aren't just Legos are adult now.
It is crazy.
They're complicated now.
But so that's what I've been doing. I haven't painted anything or done anything. I've been just trying to survive. You know how it is. But yeah, I think that's covers the Dropship pretty good. We've done some stuff, which is nice, and we'll move on to ComStar. Lots to talk about in ComStar, so let us go there.
Message from ComStar.
Welcome to ComStar. We're talking about everything TV, movies, books, comics, RPGs, video games, news. We're going to start news on a downer. Tamiya chairman and CEO Shunsaku Tamiya has passed away. He was He was the head of the company for a very long time, and obviously Tamiya is big in the hobby because of the paints and all the various things we use from them.
He uses a lot of Tamiya stuff. I got a lot of his weathering kits.
Yeah, like it's a major company, and they'll keep going. Obviously, but it's just sad news that he passed away. He wasn't a young man. He's been around for a long time, but
I was gonna say he was old though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a little bit of downer news, but other than that, there's been just a glut of Kickstarters. We noticed like within a week, there was like me and Pat just started posting Kickstarters, and
they just kept showing up on my feed as advertisements in my Instagram.
Mech Kickstarters. The first one I noticed was something called Mac Attack, MAC Attack. The links for all this will be in the show notes. This one looks to be more of a role playing game. I think it's just a book. Either it's a role playing game or it's a generic miniature game. It's sci-fi miniature game, it says so, but it must be generic because it's just a book. It looks like it's from Chris McDowell and Bastion Land Press. It's coming to the Kickstarters. At least it's just a book, and you can use your own mechs. I think that's a smart way to do things. The other things we're going to talk about are not so smart. So, Mac Attack maybe has a chance of actually shipping.
Like, is it just MACK?
MAC, just MAC Attack.
Oh,
Mobile Armor Colossus. That's what MAC stands for. Mobile Armor Colossus. Sounds like our fucking channel. They're stealing our stuff.
They're stealing our vibe.
The other one that popped up.
We accept royalties.
Yeah. Well, just send us a free game. We'll just be happy with that.
Yeah.
The other one that came up is something called Desolation Terra. This one, once again, looks like giant mechs. Not much about it. Choose your faction, customize your mechs, conquer the Earth. But it's coming soon to Kickstarter. It's just a preview so far, so we don't know much about this one yet. But it really hasn't shown anything off other than the box art, so we really don't know much about this one.
That one mech's got a big old gun on it.
She's got a big old gun. The other one
This is a bold new statement, though. A new era of wargame ran from the Kickstarter.
Yeah, right. The other one that Pat just posted, I think the other day, is Mecha versus Kaiju is coming back. I think we talked to this guy a couple years ago when he first tried to do this Kickstarter. He's relaunching August 5th, so hopefully this time he gets it funded. So.
Yeah, no, that was a while ago when we talked to him.
It might be a couple years at least. Right?
Yeah, like when we first started.
Yeah, it was a while ago anyways. Build giant robots, fight giant monsters. Mecha versus Kaiju.
And I found one I sent to you guys a while back called, that popped up in my feed, is Wares Blade, WARES space BLADE, which is promising swords and sorcery and mecha. One of Japan's most popular tabletop RPGs from the 80s and 90s is finally coming to English. I like the art, but I have no idea what this thing is. It's coming soon. But I was looking, I was trying to find out more news of like when it was, like what is this project. Like I was finding stuff from like a year ago or something. So I don't know if it is actually coming out anytime soon.
Yeah.
But it is a neat idea, I guess, of it's kind of like the Escaflowne style.
And something we'll discuss in a little bit, the Ethernexus.
When they do come out.
Right, yeah. The last one that we want to talk about is something called Exoterra. Pat has a lot to talk about this one. This is this they really
a lot about it.
This one is on Kickstarter currently, and they've been pumping out ads for this. I see it everywhere, and the mechs look cool. And I don't know about the gameplay. It's got like some kind of mat. It looks more like a board game than an actual board game.
Robo. What was that other game that we got at Adepticon? It was more Gundam style. Robo.
You guys got a lot of stuff at Adepticon. It really doesn't narrow it down.
I say Robo, and I want to.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Makes me want to say Rally right after that game, but it's
Robo
not
Rally. That's a different game.
Yeah. See if it pop up.
Anyways, this Pat looked at the Kickstarter and had a lot of words about it. What do you have to say about this Kickstarter?
Well, it's just I don't know if this is something that's gonna. I mean, it's funded, right?
Is it already funded?
I can't tell. I didn't look.
I can look right now.
Trying to get to the rewards. So I'm looking at the rewards. In most Kickstarters, and we've done a lot with man.
It is not funded. It is.
You get your pledge, right?
Oh yeah, it is funded. but the goal is super low.
All right, well, then,
Like the goal was only 20,000 Canadian, which I don't know what's. The goal was $15,000. That's way too low to make a game. Like, what are they? Like, come on,
Yeah.
Something's going on there. Like, that's not right.
Hmm.
They have 100. They have
well,
100.
here's what I
37,000 right now, which is not bad, but
so I looked at the pledges because I was intrigued. But then I'm looking at the pledges, and you pledge, and then you get standard Kickstarter, right? Protocol. We'll call it protocol for lack of a better word. Standard Kickstarter protocol. You pledge, you get the basic game, and then most places you get the stretch goals. If you should put stretch goals up there, correct?
mm-hmm.
That's kind of what everyone has done in the past and is still doing. Well, I'm looking at the pledge of this one. If you get the rookie pledge, which is the minimum, you get a copy of the game, and then you get 25% off the stretch goals, which you have to buy the stretch goals if you want the stretch goals.
Like you just get a discount.
And that's just the stretch goals. So then if you want the next pledge up where you want the minis, you get 28% off the stretch goals and the minis. So if you want the minis for the game, you have to buy the minis on top of getting the core game.
Yeah, it seems weird.
Oh.
Like I understand minis as extras, but actually having
stretch goals.
Stretch goals you shouldn't have to pay for stretch goals.
Now you can pledge the really big pledge, and then you'll get all that for free.
Mm-hmm. Is
it really free at that?
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
You're
really
paying
free,
for it. Yeah.
You don't have to pay.
I wonder what the discount is if you buy the big one.
Sorry, I take that back. You get the stretch goals and the minis for free, or included with your pledge. I'm not gonna say for free because I've been misleading. You get that included with your pledge, but then you get 28% off the expansion set that comes next.
So weird.
It's
Yeah,
definitely a different way to do it.
Yeah,
and just the price point. And where is it coming out of too? That's always
I have to go back.
I was showing the Kickstarter right now, but
it's out of San Diego.
Americans, don't trust them. That's all I'm saying. It seems weird. It seems very low.
You're right. The 15. Maybe that's why the goal is low, because they're not really counting on producing figures.
Well, they're not counting on producing. They're not like for 15,000. You couldn't print a box. Like there's no way.
The cards are a lot of money too.
Yeah,
printing is more expensive than miniature.
Like,
honestly.
and it's got these cardboard things that track your mech. Like that's not cheap. That's multiple layers of cardboard. Like that kind of stuff. There's no way that you could build this in 15,000. So that tells me that they're not. Either they purposely put it low so that they could succeed, and I don't know why they'd want to succeed other than to steal your money.
Or they have backing of some sort.
This is their first. This is their first Kickstarter that's created.
Mm.
Like I don't know. This seems very sketchy to me. Like
it's the thing. Like if they're like printing and or manufacturing in the United States, it's got higher prices because doing that in the States is higher. But if you outsource it, you now have the tariff to deal with it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So I do see standees on the base game in some of these pictures.
Yeah, there's standees. You don't need the miniatures. There's standees. But my point is, it seems very low. Like that's not.
I don't disagree with that. 15,000 is pretty low, especially with this many cards.
I'm curious what people are saying about it. Like, because that's.
I mean, if you're gonna make people pay for stretch goals, why even call them stretch goals? You can just call them add-ons at that point.
Yeah.
And it strikes me as one of those things where they advertise a lot on Facebook just to get you to back it, and then it just disappears. Like
I looked. I mean, I always look at the pledges because you got to see what you're going to get, right?
Mm-hmm. But this really puts me like I would stay away from this personally. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's going to come out, but personally, it seems.
Well, I'm not
shady.
so much worried about. What puts me off about this is the add-on / miniature.
You think it's ineptitude, where I think it's a scam.
I don't know if I was so much.
Why not both?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it could be a little bit of both, but more often than not, that aspect just kind of puts me off.
I'll be the optimistic on the team. I hope they do well and everyone gets.
I hope they do well too. Everybody gets their stuff, but I would not be backing this personally.
Yeah, I probably won't.
There's big red flags.
I looked into it because I was intrigued by it and I kind of wanted to back. But I mean, this will be already a game. If it shows up at any of the cons, I'll buy. I may pick up.
Yeah,
at
that's
that
right.
point.
If it becomes a physical product, it gets more interesting. That's for sure. And if anybody from this project wants to talk to us and can try to convince us that this isn't a scam, please do get in contact. Like, we're willing to be convinced. It's just from the outside, it looks a little sketch. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, and then we'll try to convince you to change stretch goals to add-ons, and that'll make me feel better about it.
It strikes me as like it looks pretty slick. Like obviously, whoever's designed it is really good at like design, product design, and web design and everything. It looks really slick, but it's the business end that seems to be lacking. They're probably real creative guys, but I don't think they have the business acumen to pull this off. That's what I feel from this. That's my feeling. Maybe not an outright scam, but they're chewing off way more than they can eat. Like like they're.
I mean, unless they have access to a printer for themselves, like to print all these cards.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If they're a print company, yeah, like I guess so. Like that, but even so, it's just the paper
because
itself.
Even Rice it's cheaper to print in States now than it is in China.
Yeah, just because of tariffs.
Yeah.
But it's the paper. Like paper is so expensive now. Like I collect omnibuses, and just the price of paper for an omnibus has just gone up so high that they have to charge like crazy amounts now. So I'm sure cardboard's the same way. Like it's not going to be any different. So yeah. It's a conundrum, but if you're backing it, let us know. Let us know if you get it, and we'll keep an eye on it. But I think after this campaign ends, I have a feeling we'll not hear of this again.
I will say, I won't be as what's the word I'm looking for?
Negative
or catastrophic.
I don't know. I think that's it for news. For me personally, the only thing I really did is I finished Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quux with a lot of U's. How many U's is that? 1, 2, 3, 6? 6 U's?
6 U's and an X.
I don't want to spoil anything because the end of the series is spoilerific. But
yeah, it's a little bit weird.
And just what I just want to say for all those people who have seen it, what comes out of that portal at the end, I'm like, holy shit. I did not see that coming. It was the coolest thing ever. And I was like, this is nuts. This show is insane. But
Optimus Prime.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
if it was Optimus Prime, it'd be less confusing to me. But great. It was really good. Like I think it wrapped it up and it all made sense in the end. Like it kind of explained itself. And I understood it. It just was, to get there was just so weird.
Yeah, it was weird. And, at some point I had to take a small break.
I did too. I think I left the last 2 episodes, and I was like, okay, I got to process what's happening. Yeah. And then the last 2 episodes went batshit, and I was like, oh god. But it was good. I enjoyed it, and the animation's obviously awesome, and it was really enjoyable, and it was fun. A lot of good characters, and I think it was a good addition to the Gundam world. Very different, which is nice. It's not just rehashing things like, it's like, as much as I like Witch of Mercury, it's kind of generic, it's Gundam. Like, it's very Gundam. Where this was not Gundam. This was out there, like, so it was a breath of fresh air that it was very different. So that's what I could say about it. Fun. That's all I'll say. That's it for me for ComStar. Brian, you got anything? You've been watching anything or playing anything?
Well, I did find myself, Armored Core 6 has kind of been taking a back seat, for a minute as I've picked up, Dragon Age, again. So, but I did, over the last month here, play quite a bit of Metal Gear Solid 3. I landed, the digital copy of the whole, like, collection, -4 and Peace Walker, not the whole collection, but one of the bundles that they had, the HD remakes of the main trilogy, and I've been playing through that and had a really good time. I think I may have mentioned in the past that it's the trick of holding a baby while also trying to do like stealth action, like be really
it's the added difficulty level.
the little extra difficulty. So I've I've tried to be kinder to myself playing through the game, where like in the past it has been like a really go for like that ghost run, like no one sees you.
Just when you're like,
you
whatever.
don't leave any evidence that you were ever here, kind of thing.
I'm just gonna pop up and just murder everyone.
You're in and out. I still go with the non-lethal route because that's just a fun challenge of that game. But I do make use of the tranquilizer gun much more liberally. It's like, okay, I could sit here and wait for this guy to walk past me very slowly, or I could just pop, tranquilize, run.
Yeah. I got no time for this.
I forgot how much that game is kind of like a boss rush at a certain point where as soon as like the minions of the boss are revealed, like you go through them like one by one by one. Like there's the first 4 I think happen in very quick succession, and yeah, it's I just defeated the end, which is not the end of the game, but it was that fun thing where like I had gotten up to that fight at the beginning of the month and like saved and paused before starting it because I know of a trick in the game. Real quickly, like you're fighting an ancient sniper, and by ancient I mean the guy's over 100 years old, and they have built it into the game where if you start the fight, you save the game, and a certain amount of time passes before you pick the game back up, he will have died of old age.
I love that.
That's awesome.
So
back in the day, they did that all the time in those kind of games. Yeah,
I said before the fight, because it did turn out to be like I think 3 weeks before I was able to pick it up again, and just finished
that was funny.
Yeah,
I
was able to fight him the old-fashioned way by running out of tranquilizer bullets and just beating him up,
punching him,
punching and kicking this old man. But yeah, no, it's still a really fun game. It's held up really well, and so that's kind of been the main animated thing that I've watched. Pat, if you haven't watched it, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
I did watch it. It was one of those movies I had to watch when I was bedridden.
Yeah.
You just watched it because he loves
K-pop. It's just a
K-pop.
fun time.
Pat just loves K-pop, so he had to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I didn't watch it in the beginning because I thought it was kind of stupid. Because the movie I was looking for, I stumbled upon it before it kind of gained traction.
Took off, yeah.
I stumbled upon it when I was looking for a Korean movie with who's that Korean actor that was he was in Train for Busan, or he always plays like a boxer. Punches, Don Lee or something like that, I think his name is. He's got a new movie out called Holy Night Demon Hunters.
So you're looking for that, and
you're looking for something else.
And I was looking for that, and that K-pop Demon Hunter showed up, and I was like, "What the hell is K-pop Demon Hunters?" And I clicked it, and so the first 5 minutes I was like, "Oh, I can't watch this just yet." I'm not at a part where I've run out of things to watch.
But then the soundtrack hit #1 in fucking North America, and you're like, "Oh,
yeah," on Billboard. And I was like, "All right, maybe it's got some decent tunes on it." So I checked it out, and the movie surprisingly was not what you would think it would be. It's just it's not even a movie about K-pop. It's just the main protagonists are K-pop stars. But the movie itself is nothing to do with K-pop, which is that was kind of cool. So
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, there's more demon hunting than K-popping.
As it says on the can.
More demon hunting than K-popping.
But that being said, if anyone's looking for that Holy Night Demon Hunters, it comes streaming at Netflix Korea if you VPN Thursday.
There you go.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, no, that was kind of it for me. I did hook up my old PS3 though, because I've been hankering to play Mega Man Legends 2, and so that'll probably be reported that I'm playing
Next
that
month.
again at some point.
Nice.
Mega Man Bullsack.
Bullnut.
Yeah. Pat, what about you? You been watching anything other than your K-pop?
No, I didn't watch it or read anything. Honestly, I went back to work, so I kind of been handling that, and
That's about
Yep.
it.
oh, and I did get my Aether Nexus.
Oh yeah, we were meant to mention that. Yeah, we
RPG. I got that in the mail the other day. Not the other day, a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to read it, but I am planning to read it soon because I want to sit down with it next time I have a string of days off in a row after work. I want to sit down and make a character because that's kind of how I like to mess around with these systems, these new games that I get. I like to learn the character creation and create a character, and it kind of gets.
I assume it'll be very similar to Mecha Hack, like, right? I assume it'll be based on it.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I haven't actually looked at it to see what the difference is, but I'm looking forward to cutting through it and making a character. So I always think that's a fun part when learning a new RPG.
Yeah, it kind of gives you the basis of what's going on here.
Yeah, and kind of puts you in the mood, and then you'll want to play it and things like that. So
I think that was always my trouble with like trying to get into the Shadowrun.
Yeah.
The tabletop is like I was always like trying to create a character, but it's like somewhere in the middle of the book, and
oh yeah, sometimes it's laid out.
It depends on the edition, but
Cyberpunk's bad for that too.
You really do need someone. I think what the problem with Shadowrun is, as much as I like, is the skills are scattered all over the place.
Cyberpunk's really bad for that too. Like they put it in the middle somewhere, and it's all over the place where you have to do it. And there's so many different ways to do it. They don't make it clear like what's the way to do it. And I think, some games are better than others.
Make it clear.
Well, there's also a lot of games. Also, the big games have online character creation now too, mostly. So you just do it that way. So that's easier. But yeah, that's fun. Aether Nexus. It's a game we were waiting for because we're all excited about it. So we got to get some of that in there. Other than that, I think that's all ComStar for us. We will come back to the MechBay Hanger. We're gonna have a nice happy discussion in the MechBay Hanger.
Now entering the MechBay Hanger.
Welcome to the MechBay Hanger. This is where we have a little discussion. We do top lists and discuss other things. This time, I wanted to have a happy discussion, so we're going to do top 3 deaths in mecha fiction. And I thought it was actually inspired by G-Quux, because there's, not to spoil much, but a certain character from Gundam comes back. And I might as well start my list, because she'll be my first one on the list, is Lala from MS Gundam. G-Quux, it really revolves around her, and it's interesting the way it happens, but in the original Gundam, she's kind of Char's protege, and she just gets murdered in the crossfire between Char and Amuro, and it's such a tragic event that both Char and Amuro are just like destroyed by it. Like it defines their relationship. And before that happened, they were kind of, they kind of had a mutual understanding, but after that, it was over. It was like they hated each other because Char obviously blamed Amuro for killing her, and it was heartbreaking because she's a new type, so she contacted Amuro in the ether and forgave him, and it was just like heart-wrenching. But that really, the G-Quux, like I say, she plays a pivotal role in that, and that's what got me into this whole subject. So that's where it all started. So my first was Lala from MS Gundam. We'll go to Lala Soon. Yep. Pat, what's your first choice?
My first choice is the Beckett brothers from Pacific Rim.
Well, do they both die?
No, but the one death is the brothers first. Yancey, I think it was his name.
Yeah, I think do they both die? I think in the second one, is he dead in the second one? I think he might be.
Probably. I don't think he's dead in the second one. I think
he's just gone.
He's not dead. He's just started not appearing in this film.
Yeah, I didn't know if they killed him off or if he.
Well, no, because they didn't even bring the Asian girl.
No, the second one was very different. But I was just curious if they in the backstory, and he died off screen.
No, the reason why I like his death is because
it's heart wrenching. Yeah.
And then his brother gets killed, and then he's got a pilot that
drags it back. Himself. Yeah.
And
they're connected when it happens.
Well done, intense opener, right?
Yeah. So I thought that was a really good action sequence, death kind of thing. You really kind of it's just one of when you lose a sibling in real life, then it really tugs you even more because you know what that feels like. It's even more so because now you're looking him in the eye.
Yeah, well, connected in your brain. Not even your brains were connected when it happened.
Well, I mean, regardless all that mind melding kind of thing, just looking someone in the eye,
especially the way it happens, it's like so shocking, like fast, like he just gets ripped out of there, like it's like holy shit.
So, so that was my third one because it defines him then from the movie on.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah. Good
Brian, this one I almost would have guaranteed was on your list if it's the one you're gonna that you gave me.
So I'll start with the one that's on the top of my list, and I've been talking about Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann a couple of times now, and it's probably due for a rewatch for me. But I have to call out Kamina, and as he's fulfilling that role of the older brother mentor character. So he's kind of got a ticking clock on him.
He's got a big X on his back right off the bat.
Yeah. There's doom on the way, and but like the way they characterize the relationship between those two, like there's definitely like some abusive, like he punches Simone in the face a number of times, which you look back on and you're like, wait a minute,
that's not right. But
yeah,
it's Japan. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. There, it's a guy he was bigger than life, and they really sold it in the show, like and that it couples so well with the premise of like that human spirit kind of driving humanity forward, and that is where we drive strength from, is just not being our ability to get back up and everything like that. And so when someone as grandiose and larger than life as Kamina was, like when he is gone, like that just leaves such a hole for our main character Simone to come back from and
step up and
refine his center. And he just has such amazingly like terrible but also motivational lines, like don't believe in yourself, believe in the me who believes in you. It's like how can you knock that? Like he's and he says it with such conviction and fervor that you can't help but like follow along. There were some other folks that I would have on that list from that show as well. In the original run, a whole lot of the original heroes went up sacrificing themselves by the end to make sure that the path is paved, for those to come. But if you've only seen the movies, only 2 people die in that whole show.
If you watch the show, it's much different.
Yeah. But Kamina's his death is a fixed point, and it's definitely pivotal for our character's growth to break away from that and for him to flourish and grow. So
that's part of the storyline. Big one. Yep. Mm-hmm. My second one is from Battletech, and it's such a random death and such a weird death that I thought it really exemplifies Battletech, where just anybody can die from any reason. And it's Natasha Krinsky, the Black Widow. She's a major character in the story. She's been through it. She's old now at this point, and she's been through everything. And she's fighting just some random Jade Falcon old lady, and she gets a jump jet in the face and kills her. It's like the mech's totally destroyed. This Joanna who kills her literally can only move her one leg, and she waits to Natasha to come and finish her off, and she just shoves her foot in her face and just kills her. And it's like, for such an iconic character just to be murdered that way, it's like, wow, like that's Battletech. Like, you just die. Like there's no happy ending. There's no heroic ending. You just get murdered by some random person on a random planet. And
death from above, baby.
It wasn't even death from above. She was on the ground. Like, she was literally couldn't do anything but move her leg, and she just burned her face off. But yeah, such a random event, and in the book it happens so fast. You're like, what? Did I just read that? Like, it's like, what? And yeah, it's. I think BattleTech is a unrelenting world where, there's a few heroes who have plot armor, but mostly you're just gonna die. Like even some of the major characters just get gunned down in the streets. Like it's pretty crazy. They don't really treat people with any I don't know, grandiose deaths. Like it's a lot of just, yep, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or your son just decides to kill you because you're in the way, or or that same person, she just decides to murder her parents because she wants to get farther along. It's just, that's the kind of world you're in. Just a lot of just random deaths, and yeah, it's BattleTech for you. That's BattleTech, baby. Pat, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is kind of not just one; it's a whole.
It's a whole group.
And my top 3 deaths is the whole Zabi family.
They all get it. They all get it good.
They just all get it, and not only do they not all get it, even the eldest one gets killed by his sister, and then we've mentioned before, Char sets the rest of them all up. And just knocks them out one by one. My favorite is Garma, though, because Garma is the one where he is like, "Hey, he's my best friend." Damn, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I hate you all.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the Zabi family, well, as powerful as they were, they just got picked off.
Yeah.
Like the Corleone, just
yeah,
one by
one. For sure. They had numbers on their back that Char was just ticking off. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it was.
Well, even like they had a brother that dies at the very before the war breaks out. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The youngest one, where the only one that anybody actually liked.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are just horrible people who deserve to die. So
yeah. So that's my second favorite or second.
Yeah, you kind of forget that Gundam is a revenge story. Like you always think of it from Amaro's point of view, but yes. It is from Char's point of view. It's a total revenge story. It's just him just murdering all the people that wronged his family.
So yeah, and they just I don't know, if you watch the original Gundam, it's just they fall like flies, one by one.
It's every couple episodes another one just gets it from some random direction. Brian, number 2.
All right, so number 2.
I like this one.
Rita Vertasky from All You Need Is Kill / Edge of Tomorrow. I will say, like, this is one that I really like pretty much every iteration, adaptation.
Yeah, the comic book's great.
Of the story. The comic book is great. The movie with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt is really good. It's a really fun action movie, and I thought it tied in really well to the theme, since the big part of it is that they die and
keep coming back.
The day resets. It's Groundhog's Day, but as an action movie, fighting aliens. And Rita Vertasky's character in particular is fascinating because there's still a lot of unknowns about her. At most we know that she had gone through. So if you're not familiar with the story, like I said, basically, we follow one character who gets kind of covered in this alien blood, and it resets the day to the weeks leading up to this big invasion. And we come to find out that he lives this day multiple times. He tries to get off the beach, this battlefront, and
he tries everything to not end up where he is.
Yeah. And we meet Rita Vertasky there, who's this hard-nosed warrior woman who's in the movies that her weapon of choice is a propeller blade that she's fashioned into a sword. And
they got big power armor.
In the comic books, they're kitted out in power armor. In the books, she has a battle axe, and you come to find out so much of who she was and how she fights and everything was because she had gone through this loop herself in a different battle, and has made a lot of the same like choices and challenges and everything. Like the reason she uses a battle axe, it doesn't run out of ammo. Like,
Yeah.
It's true.
and because that was always her problem, is like I kept running out of ammo, so I got something that'll last. And so like so much of that exchange and experience between the two characters, I think, is really well crafted and fascinating. And in the books, it ends a little bit more tragically. In the movie, it kind of ends in an optimistic
Sequel
stretch.
bait.
Yeah, a little bit, but it at least ends on like a hopeful note, right? Like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the manga is much more downbeat and a lot more heart wrenching, and I find it's so much. I think it's so much better, but the movie's fun, but the comic book is just
the movie's
good.
fun, and it ends on a high note, right?
Yeah.
But like I will say, like, we really don't learn a whole lot about her character because she is so focused on this mission that she has. But like how those characters then kind of struggle and rationalize and fight against their own kind of mortality in that way. To basically, they're fighting to get back to being mortal.
Yeah.
And all the characters around them who have no concept of this, they're just living their day-to-day life.
And she's willing to sacrifice herself to get the mission done too. Like, that's another thing with it.
Yeah. So Rita Vertasky is a really fascinating character. She dies multiple times.
In some spectacular
as do
ways.
a lot of other characters in a lot of different ways. So that's my second one. Nice.
My last one is definitely the most influential to me because it was the first, really, and that's Roy Fokker from Robotech at the time. When you're watching Robotech, I was like 12, I think, maybe even younger when I first saw it. When you're watching cartoons as a kid, nobody dies. There's never any lasting things. It was before G.I. Joe, but people get shot. Like, they don't get shot; they just get lasers by them. You know, there's always a parachute pops out, but
they fall asleep.
Yeah, but Roy Fokker, just him dying and the tragedy of him having his girlfriend there, and like, it was such like, what the hell am I watching as a child? Like, it scars you. Like, it literally is like, it was such an eye opener what cartoons could be. Like, it was, not only was Robotech visually stunning and the narrative being continued from story to story was just unusual, but just all of a sudden, like, a major character, one of the like 3 top characters in the show, just dies, and you're like, what am I watching, like, as a child?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super influential. Just showing what anime was like. The difference between anime and cartoons was really, like, they're not afraid to show deaths. Like, it's part of life, and kids should know about it, and they're totally willing to show it on their shows. And yeah, it was a big eye opener for a little kid watching something like that. And, you know, watching it later, it's also just heartbreaking, just the way it happens. It's just like, holy crap. But yeah, my number one is Roy Fokker. And we move to Pat with his numero uno.
All right, mine is Char himself.
The Benny Deaths of Char.
Now that's why I picked him as my number one, because is he dead?
That's always the question with him.
Question mark?
Yeah. Is he dead?
Did he fake it? Like, is he dead?
You think him and Amaru die, but they end up disappearing in a bright light, right?
Mm-hmm.
This also kind of relates to G-Quex. This is what made me think of it.
G-Quex that's a major plot point in G-Quex is Char dying. Yeah. So, yep.
Then he comes back. He thinks you see him in other Gundams.
All of a sudden there's some blonde guy, and you're like,
In Char's counterattack, you think he's there, and then what's the other one that they like
see? Unicorn. There's
Unicorn. That's what I was looking for. Unicorn.
Yeah.
You see spirits of Amaru and Lala and Char's and another conscious form kind of thing. So, is he dead, or is he moved on? Because he's also a new type.
New type, yeah. Yeah, do new types actually die, or they just let go to the Force like the Jedi?
Yeah, so I mean, throughout all of them, though, his physical death is implied, but it's never.
You never
shown.
see him get like disintegrated. Yeah, it's just
Exactly. It's never shown. So that's kind of why I picked Char as my number one, just because. Is he dead?
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
I don't know. And Chari is my favorite character from Gundam in general, and so
as we were discussing before we started the show, Pat paints everything red because of Char. So
yeah, I do. That fucking red zombie.
The red comet.
It got me.
Brian, number one.
All right. So my number one is got to be Big Boss from the Metal Gear Solid franchise, and I use that. So Metal Gear.
Try to explain Metal Gear.
It's funny because found out one of my coworkers not too long ago is a huge Metal Gear fan, so we were trying to explain it to some other coworkers at lunch, bouncing off each other. And but one thing I love about the Metal Gear franchise is they kind of just didn't care when it came to retcons.
Yeah, all of a sudden people will be back.
Like they're like, you know what? We established this, that, and the other thing. They're like, but what if that was all fake? And so the Big Boss is a character that has his inception in the first two games, like on the NES, right? Like the first Metal Gear 1 and 2, Big Boss is the antagonist. You fight him as Solid Snake, and you win the day. You find out that he's your dad at one point. Whatever. Metal Gear Solid, like
well, are you a clone? You don't know if you're a real person anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Metal Gear Solid takes place, and you're fighting your brother now, who and there's so much influence of Big Boss as a character. Like there's old soldiers that fought with him. He had this grandiose vision for like a mercenary warrior lifestyle thing, and so like that it's a weird legacy that persists into the Solid series. And then Metal Gear Solid 3 comes around, and we actually get to see in kind of a prequel setup the rise of Big Boss, right? You play as him during the Cold War, and you can see how he starts off as this war hero for the United States. He has to defeat his old mentor in combat because of really fascinating things, and I almost put the Boss on here instead of Big Boss, but I think his story is just a bit more complex and fun. His legacy is intrinsically tied to his master's legacy, and like we then have like Peace Walker. We see him like the rise of his mercenary empire, and then like I think two or three times, like it gets completely like.
Oh, you got cut off there.
We had it in
you were like, it gets you completely, and you went like this, and you just stopped. We're like, what?
His military empire gets like destroyed like 3 different times or something like that, and at least once when you're the hero in the story as him. But like. So like Metal Gear Solid 4 came, and it was supposed to be kind of the end of the story, and you find out that he's been alive the whole time. You thought he died in Metal Gear 2. Turns out he's been alive this whole time. And we definitively kill him this other time. But then like you get Metal Gear Solid 5, which is another prequel, takes place in the 80s. Instead of the 60s, and you come to find out, you think you're playing as Big Boss, raising his empire again. Turns out you're just a rando who was in the helicopter that blew up next to him, and and you've been a body double for him this whole time, so that he can go off and do other big bossy things like. And so basically, like what I'm getting is like they retcon into the story that multiple times, like the change of this character and what he represents and how linked he is to the whole series. And I just love that last one in 5 where it's like, oh, because they have this little like timeline scroll at the end.
Oh, by the way,
showing like all the events, and then there's this new one that's like, you know, in the first Metal Gear game, you thought you killed Big Boss. Turns out you killed his body double.
You killed him.
Just playing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, oh, and he survived. It's like, no, you killed that guy. He's dead. That was just not Big Boss. It's a wild time. Metal Gear Solid is a crazy series. There's part of me that's sad that we probably will never see a new iteration in the series, but it's tried to end like at least 4 different times.
And I think also his new game is it's like Metal Gear without, you can't call it that, but it is Metal Gear. Like it's just
Death Stranding is a wild time, let me tell you. I won't get into that on this episode, but you get me into some weird you know, topic where we're talking about how like babies are mech pilots, and I'll talk about Death Stranding.
Well, when you're in charge, you can somehow make that a subject.
Our MechBay Hanger topic is just Death Stranding. What the heck?
What the hell's happening?
But yeah, Big Boss, crazy, nice. Fascinating history and motivations, like really rich character under the hood there. And it's just wild to me how they keep like inserting him into the timeline.
Just got to keep him going. So that's a bunch of deaths. If you have your own, please comment below or comment on our Facebook. Let us know what we missed or other ones you thought were epic, or like obviously Neon Genesis or Neon. Escaflowne or
Escaflowne.
Yeah, or jeez, what's the other one? Anyways, there's so many other ones that there's a lot to choose from. Let's just say, but
there's a lot of shows with dead people.
Yeah, but please comment below, and let's head over to the ExFil. Let's get out of here.
Let's ExFil out of here.
Welcome to the ExFil, where all of a sudden we remember things that we meant to say. I meant to say, what did I mean to say? I forget now.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Evangelion, yes. The deaths in Evangelion, which is everyone in the end.
I was trying to reference the Robo game. It was called Giga Robo.
Yes. So there you go. That's all the answers. The questions have been answered. If you have any other questions, please comment below. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe. We'll be back next month with Pat's Gen Con recap. I'm sure we'll have a lot of mech games to talk about because there are always tons there. And I'm excited to hear about the Gundam game. I have a feeling the models will be awesome, but the gameplay will be pretty basic. That is my feeling for that game, but we'll see. Other than that, anything you're excited to see at Gen Con, comment below, and maybe Pat will be able to check it out. So,
send us a note if there's something that I might have missed.
Yeah, because there's just so much.
Give me maker of the game, name of the game, and if you can, booth number.
Yeah. Comment below either on the Facebooks or the YouTubes. Other than that, we will be back, like I said. Anything else to say? And we're going to plug Brian's show, Dead Zone the Podcast, still kicking.
Dead Zone the Podcast. The episode comes out tomorrow from when we're recording this. Which
so it'll be out.
Dead Zone and Firefight actually just had a huge update. It's like a 3.5 version for Dead Zone and a 2.575 for Firefight. So really, really cool stuff. Glad to see some more love for those two games, especially considering how big Halo is right now. It's great to see some of these staples that are the reason that I was ever drawn to the organization and the company and the games.
Unarguably better games than Halo. So
I think so.
Yeah.
That's not a controversial thing for me to say.
Nah, I don't think so. The Dead Zone is a great game, and if you like Halo, Dead Zone's a better version of it because there's so many more options. If you're interested in hearing about all those options and you have 3 hours to burn, I'll give a shout out to our buddies at Family Gamer 777. Coach went through with the rules committee and discussed every single change. That poor Claudio, he just put up with it, but Coach just grilled him for 3 hours. But
That's awesome.
Yeah, check out Family Gamer 777.
I got the Dragon's Tome.
Yep.
If you're interested in D&D and Dragon magazine.
And any role-playing games back in the 80s and 90s. We go through every issue of Dragon magazine from the beginning. We're up into the almost 200, I think, at this point. I think so. It's a weekly show.
194 is the one that just released.
I think
193.
Yeah, so we're chugging along. It's a weekly show, so you can go back and catch up. But if you're interested in especially the early ones, the history of D&D, and then now we're getting into more the downfall of TSR.
You can see TSR.
You can smell it. Yeah.
I would also, the rogue copies, check out her Gundam build, the perfect grade, the big one. I can't even remember what it's called. It's a RX-7 Gundam.
Yeah, it's just perfect grade. RX-78. Yeah,
it's massive. It's just a box smaller than the Neo Zhong that I got. So
those are crazy expensive sets, like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, check out those people too. And like I said, we'll be back next month. I've been Rob.
I've been Brian.
And I've been Jabba.
And that's it. That's all, folks.
We did it.
We're gonna have the.
That's all, folks.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Copyright.
Copyright, stop.
This has been Mobile Armor Radio. Join our Facebook group by searching for Mobile Armor Radio. Find us on Twitter @MArmorRadio. Join us on the first of every month for more Mecha discussion.